Hey guys, this is Woody the Unexceptional Gamer, and this is another one of those videos where it's not about the gameplay. The gameplay just in here to give you something to look at while I give you a channel update. So the first thing I wanted to call out was the new podcast is up. It's episode 10, and our guest host this week is Blame Truth, who's one of the very big time and one of the first YouTube commentators. So we're excited to have him, and he did a really good job. We had a lot of feedback saying this is one of our perhaps our very best podcast ever, and the podcast is going super well. It won't be very long before the podcast is bigger than my channel, and it probably won't be too long before it's bigger than Wings of Redemption channel too. It has 50,000 subscribers now, roughly, and there's a couple thousand more that rather than subscribe, just watch it on the website. About 7,000 guys like that. So pretty exciting stuff. The podcast is going gangbusters, and it won't be long, I think, before we start getting podcast subscribers who probably aren't really into Modern Warfare at all. It's just like a radio show. So that's kind of cool. On the downside for the podcast, we had someone who made it his mission to get us removed from iTunes, and it looks like, at least successfully, perhaps he was successful, because you can no longer search for our podcast. However, you can still subscribe to it, and what you do is you go to Advanced, subscribe to podcast in iTunes, and drop in the feed. And I'll put these instructions in the description so that you don't have any trouble. And I'll also work with Apple to try to get the podcast back and make it searchable like it's supposed to be. And then the other thing is the Sharing Gamertags. So again, my haters are out there, and I have no idea what motivates them. But they deleted our records from the Sharing Gamertags website, and that sucks. And I'm kind of embarrassed that it's happened to me twice. But I've gone through the application, I've hardened it again, and we'll see how this little cat and mouse works. But for now, I think the Sharing Gamertags site has a couple hundred records in it already, and that's a positive thing. I wish there were more. But if you want to be in there, if you want to find people, or if you want to be found, you're going to have to re-add your records. And I'm also going to work and see what we can do about backups on this thing, so that if I get hacked again, then you guys won't have to suffer and keep going through this. So again, I'm sorry about that, kind of embarrassed. But I've got haters. What can I do?